So for me, it's more important and rely on teams that are active on the community than just giving more PR. And the same when you invest in other projects on the community. If you spend your ego for buying an NFT, for investing in a project, just see who is behind the project, if it's long-term, if it's built by a company that is adding a lot of value to MultiversX ecosystem. That's the idea. That is my recommendation. So don't look short-term, career IPRs, look long-term and do decisions based on the best for the entire community. As we have been pioneers at the beginning, we faced a lack of tools, a lack of framework. Then we needed to build many things from scratch. That was very amazing because we had the opportunity of evolve. Now MultiversX is very mature of developing on it. And now Bian is mature as well because we have been evolving at the same time. So the challenges we faced make us stronger because we have evolving in the time. And the thing is, we are in the bear market. And then the kind of projects we are helping has evolved a lot as well. Now there are a lot of tools to develop over MultiversX. First of all, we are taking care of curating the projects. We are kind of filter as well. So when someone reaches us with an idea, we require something more than an idea. We need a pitch deck, and the teams needs to demonstrate that they spent a lot of hours developing the idea before reaching us. And we ask to have a good team, not only one person. At least many times we can start with one person, but at the end they will need a team. We recommend to have as soon as possible. Then if we receive a pitch deck that is very well thought, at that moment we're happy to help them. Then we do the exploratory meeting, and in the exploratory meeting, we start evaluating the challenges, the barriers, the pros and cons we saw, and then define our work plan. We are not accepting all the customers.
Hi guys, it's Amand here from MetaChain TV. We've got here Sergi from Moonlorian. So to get started, Sergi, can you tell our audience a bit of background of who you are and what you do?
Yes, first of all, thank you for inviting me to this fantastic initiative you have. Okay, then about my background. I am a computer engineer and I am specialized in business management. So I've been working 15 years applying software technology to fit the business needs. Okay, I've worked in big businesses like Microsoft, Accenture, always in the computer part, but focus to make businesses more useful and more rentability thanks to using computers. It's not about just technology. So as I told, 15 years working in big companies, and not only me, all our partners and advisors, for example, our CTO, Abel Alcaraz, has also the same background, and all the team is focused on that vision.
Fantastic. All right. So for the audience that are new to MultiversX, can you briefly explain what Moonlorian is and what you guys do?
We are a software integrator company. We take care of the whole project lifecycle. When a Web2 company wants to move to Web3 or a new startup that wants to launch it in Web3, we take care of everything. We do the technical construction, of course, and we take care of the marketing side. We are a department specialist in crypto marketing because if the product is very good, but no one uses it, then it's useless. So a company that has a need on Web3, we take care of everything.
So you're saying I get a lot of the companies, the startups that wants to move into Web3, and that's where Moonlorian comes into play because you guys have the technical ability, you have the capability, you have the staff, and I guess you've got the knowledge.
And the knowledge for advisory, not only technical ability. We need to be sure that we help them to fit the business needs to the blockchain technology.
Okay. And so you guys, with your whole technical team, I would imagine you have a lot of years in your technical team been into Web2 that are transitioning over to Web3 and have the knowledge and know-how to do those things. Is that correct?
Correct.
Great. So what prompted you and your team to create Moonlorian?
Yes, we saw a need in the market because when we started developing blockchain, so blockchain technology, I'm really amazed with that technology. And I met lots of good technical members of the blockchain community, very good programmers, very specialized in doing smart contracts, front-end websites for Web3 and so on. But they hadn't have the ability to communicate with a businessman that has a business. So we saw a gap between the technical guy that knows how to apply the technology and the business guy that don't know anything about technology but knows about business. And with our background of working in big companies and integrating computer systems to regular businesses, we use our experience to make this bridge between both profiles. So I have in Moonlorian hired good programmers, but me and the advisors are doing the communication with the customers because many of them are non-technical. So we saw that gap and then we feel it.
So you saw an opportunity there for startups and businesses that wants to do that, and that's where you guys come in and help them to transition into Web3. So what do you think is it that makes Moonlorian different from other projects of similar nature in Multiverse?
First of all, we are pioneers in the ecosystem. We start the beginning with Elrond team more than 3 years ago in the first battle of nodes. We started collaborating with Elrond team in the final part of 2019. Thanks to that, we are official MultiversX integrator partner. We're official partner. We have direct communication with MultiversX team. If we a need for a customer that is not covered in MultiversX, we can ask the team and work around or time frame for it. At the same time, when the team is deploying something that can be interesting for us, they are warning, okay, take care of this, you can use it, or you can improve this for the customers. So this is a good point. We are not the only one, but all of us are small and we have all good communication between us and trying to find synergies in the whole ecosystem. You can see that we are not competent with anyone in the ecosystem. We are always collaborating with anyone.
So you guys have been there from the very beginning. You worked with Elrond. You're one of the biggest partners in Elrond, which is now MultiversX, as we know. So you basically know most of the technicalities in regards to all things that's happening within the MultiversX space. That's correct?
Correct. You have summarized very well.
That's all right. And did you encounter any challenges along the way with the creation of Moonlorian, and how did you and your team overcome it?
A lot. As we have been pioneers at the beginning, we faced a lack of tools, a lack of framework. Then we needed to build many things from scratch. That was very amazing because we had the opportunity of evolve. Now MultiversX is very mature for developing on it. And now it is mature as well because we have been evolving at the same time. So the challenges we faced make us stronger because we have evolving in the time. And the thing is, we are in the bear market, and then the kind of projects we are helping has evolved a lot as well. Now there are a lot of tools to develop over MultiversX. Many teams can start developing without us, and when they have specific needs, then they can come to us, and then we can build on that standard tools that there are nowadays.
So you're saying you've encountered some of the challenges along the way, and your whole team overcame them and worked together in getting along those hurdles and things. I noticed in Moonlorian on the website, you have a lot of projects already involved, which you guys have helped. And I was surprised, thinking, wow, I've invested in some of these projects. And you guys have something to do with that.
Yes, so the thing is, as we started so early, we already have lots of projects. We are around 50 projects. We have more than 100 smart contracts on mainnet for MultiversX, which is amazing. I'm very proud of my team and glad of so many teams are developing with us because we feel the pioneers on the ecosystem have been an inspiration for other teams, especially at the beginning that were a lot of challenges. We inspired, okay, it's doable. We're doing it. Join us and build over MultiversX because it's doable. We demonstrated at the beginning. Then now there are a lot of players in the ecosystem, and we're very happy about this.
I see. So I guess what I'm thinking is if someone's got an idea and wanted to build a project, what things can you offer if someone comes up to you and say, well, I've got an idea, what can you offer for them?
Yes, perfect. It's a question many times we are receiving emails with that same question. It's very clear. First of all, we are taking care of curating the projects. We are kind of filter as well. So when someone reaches us with an idea, we require something more than an idea. We need a pitch deck, and the teams needs to demonstrate that they spent a lot of hours developing the idea before reaching us. And we ask to have a good team, not only one person. At least many times we can start with one person, but at the end, they will need a team. We recommend to have as soon as possible. Then if we receive a pitch deck that is very well thought, at that moment, we're happy to help them. Then we do the exploratory meeting, and in the exploratory meeting, we start evaluating the challenges, the barriers, the pros and cons we saw, and then define a work plan. We are not accepting all the customers. Many times we are discouraging some customers to build the project because with our experience, we see that idea cannot work. Many times we are redirecting the customer to other technologies that fits better than blockchain because we are against using blockchain only for the word blockchain. So the use of the blockchain has to be a sense on the project. And then when we see that the blockchain technology is a good approach for the business is good for MultiversX community, then we propose a working plan. So all of the viewers that are seeing this video, if you have an idea, please work on it. Then for sure we will change everything. When you have a pitch deck, many times we change everything. Okay, because we are the experts. You cannot know how to do it properly without our expertise, but you need to do the previous work. Then with this way, we ensure that we are delivering the best quality projects in the Elrond ecosystem.
So basically, if someone's got an idea, they have to do the foundation first, pretty much. So they got to have a team, they got to have the strategy in place, the pros and cons of creating this project. Work plan, as you mentioned, that has to be community driven for the MultiversX. And then after all that, once that's all prepared, then you guys can come in and assist with smart contracts, I guess, the technicality side.
No, it's not needed to be community driven. So it's internal work. They need to do the internal work. Nothing published to community. You raise it a very good point because many times when we receive a project that they already started communicating things to community, many times it's too late for changing parts of the project. We are tight. So we prefer the best scenario is a team with some work done. So we will modify lots of parts of the pitch deck. Then when it's clear how is the best way to apply the idea to the MultiversX blockchain technology, then start communicating to community. So what we cannot do is develop the idea from scratch. But based on idea and a pitch deck, we start working in that basement. Even the team is not full-time, for sure, at the beginning, but at least you have an idea of how to manage your team.
All right, so I want to summarize again what you just said. So if someone's got an idea to come up with you, they have to have a team and they have to have done the internal work.
Internal work, perfect.
Once that's clear, and then that's when you start the communication. If they want to start the communication with the community, they can do that. So once that's done, then you guys can work together and see what you guys can provide. Can you provide artwork as well as technicalities? Like someone wants to create an NFT or something like that. Can you guys come up with someone that will do that, or they have to come up with that person too?
No, we take care of everything. We provide all the ideas. If it's better to work with a token, without a token, with an NFT, SFT, all the tokenomics, what are the supplies? We advise them all that part.
Normally, from your experience, once you've started that discussion, what sort of turnaround time are you looking at from discussion to start of initial project?
There's no rule there, depends. For typical minting NFT, the definition and the technical part is easy, it's fast. They just need to make the community, which is slow. If it's something like a DeFi, then for sure has lots of months of working before launching anything, before publishing any white paper. So it really depends. Really depends.
Got it. So moving back now, for the investors that wants to invest with Moonlorian, can you briefly explain the advantages of staking with Moonlorian?
Yes, first of all, a disclaimer, we are not doing financial advice. Secondly, as MultiversX staking is non-custodial, users should do their own research. You will tell me how to do that. I'm a new user. You ask me, do your own research. I will give you some clues. First of all, some tips. Rely on teams that has secure infrastructure. For example, in our staking pool, we work in data centers that are tier 3 with the certification. Then we have redundancy nodes. We have monitoring with net data. So our infrastructure layer, it's covered for being 100% online always. Then how users can do that? There is an easy way, because in Elrond ecosystem, there is the blue tick as validated staking providers. I know lots of good teams that are not validated yet by Multiverse team, but I know that they have good infrastructure team, good infrastructure systems with hardware, software, and everything in place. So the blue mark is an easy way, but if you know a team that has that layer covered, then you can stake there. What else we can offer? For sure, we are doxed. I tell you, don't stake your eagle on teams that are not doxed, at least doxed to you. Maybe some teams can be anonymous to community, but if you know them, ask them. So you need to know them. That's a recommendation. So what else you can do in terms of fees and APR? We have a limited cap and we have a fee in the average of the market, because we try to be always in the average APR in the market. Then after the APR, we are doing some extra campaigns, because as some customers don't want to do some promotions for users, and sometimes we are giving extra assets, doing some extra raffles or giveaways or for assets coming from our partners and customers, just as an extra. But again, this is non-custodial, so feel free to stake in Moonlorian or another staking licensee. That there are very good staking licenses in the ecosystem. Just be sure that you are delegating your eagles in one that is taking care of the infrastructure and taking care of the users.
I see. To summarize what you just said, you have 100% uptime, never had a downtime. You're ISO certified as well as MultiversX certified. You got the blue check mark, and you mentioned there are several others that are staking providers that have good infrastructure, but they don't have the certification that you guys have achieved, and you have a good APR as well. And that changes every year anyway, isn't it? And that depends also on what MultiversX would offer.
The APR, it's set up at protocol layer. You cannot modify the APR. Any staking provider can modify the APR. You can just modify the delegation cap, which is the maximum eagle you can stake in the pool, and your fee. It's the only setup that you can do. With that, we are always in the average of the market to take care of our delegators. Then sometimes we do extra campaigns for our long-term delegators usually.
So is there anything else you would like to share that you believe is important to share with our audience?
Yes. So think that as we are MultiversX builders and integrators, we are MultiversX staking provider licensee as well. So I'm proud of being both. It's important for me and for users rely on teams that are not only staking providers, they are adding value to ecosystem. For example, you have one eagle to stake, you can stake to a non-doxed team that are doing nothing for the ecosystem. Maybe they have 0.2 more APR percent. Maybe it's an option, but I always suggest use teams that are building on Elrond, because the eagle price will increase if we have lots of teams building on it. So for me, it's more important and rely on teams that are active on the community than just giving more PR. And the same when you invest in other projects on the community. If you spend your eagle for buying an NFT, for investing in a project, just see who is behind the project, if it's long-term, if it's built by a company that is adding a lot of value to MultiversX ecosystem. That's the idea. That is my recommendation. So don't look short-term, higher APRs, look long-term and do decisions based on the best for the entire community. As user, every small action, it's important and will make the entire ecosystem better, and then will make the eagle price higher. Simple. Our precious eagle. We love eagle and the eagle price.
That's it. Yeah, it's low at the moment. It's a good time to start accumulating some more, I guess, isn't it?
Accumulate and build. It's the moment to build now. We are doing lots of projects now, and the quality of the projects during the hard times are better.
Wow.
So only the brave are building, and they are coming us with ideas that are amazing. So it's a good moment to build, a good moment to accumulate, or not, or just sell. Just not financial advice, but build. That's for sure. That's a good advice. Build and support the ecosystem.
I guess that's true. Even in history, it's always the ones building in the downturn or in the very difficult times, the ones that can stay long enough and are brave enough to start building, the ones that stays when they do stay, then they reap the benefits of it. So as you said, this is a good time to build projects. And like you mentioned, projects are really good now, and that's exciting to hear. they're getting better and they're stretching your imagination, I guess, and they're putting a big challenge on Moonlorian and see stuff that you can come up with. So that's great. How can people find out more information about you?
Mainly by the website. We're launching a new website. Probably when you see the video, you will already see the brand new website. In the website, there is the contact methods, email or Telegram group, basically the main ones used in the crypto space.
Fantastic. So if anyone wants to find out about you and Moonlorian, they can go to moonlorian.com. It's still the same website.
Mhm.
Exciting to see what it looks like next. And also to get in touch with you via Twitter and, as you said, via Telegram. That's the main information and contact.
Sure. Don't hesitate. You can email me and my team and we will take care of your needs.
Fantastic. All right. Well, I guess thanks again, Sergi, for the opportunity to interview you. And it's
Thank
been
you
wonderful.
very much for being here. Very happy.
Yeah, I really appreciate your time. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.